Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Small Business 101 here on Our About You.
Yes, we have a great episode today, right? We're joined by Josh and Tom, co-founders, right?
Yep.
May I take your order? You guys go by May I take your order?
Yep, May I take your order and MITYO.
MITYO, perfect. Thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate this.
Thanks for having us.
So we start off everything with the same way. Tell us about yourself.
So I'm Josh Krause. I'm the CEO of MITYO. I started MITYO conceptually back in 2011. Worked on it most of my college career. Thought about dropping out as a freshman. Luckily, I actually met Tom as a freshman at UB. We were roommates. We started talking about the business together and working on it. But Tom ended up pursuing a career as an architect, so it ended up being a little bit of a stretch at the time. After graduating, I graduated international trade. Tom graduated architecture, and then Tom went to do grad school at Ohio State. We reconnected and started working on MITYO full-time last year, and that was in October. And ever since then, we've been releasing new products and really making a big push into the business, commercial, and consumer space in Buffalo. But we're also coupling that with a big social media push through Instagram, LinkedIn, and some Facebook advertising as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I guess how I got into it was, like he said, he was had this vision and he focused on it a lot in undergrad, and I was very much get my degree in my career, which is architecture, and then I moved on from that. I wanted to get my master's, so I went to Ohio State. So I was actually out of state, and I was out of state when he started it up. I was working on my master's and I was working out there, and he needed some help with a couple things. I mean, a creative side of things, programming, like creative stuff, like images, graphics, stuff like that. And then he also just wanted to partner someone that he thought well with and worked well with to build the business. And I also knew the language of a lot of the construction people, the architecture, interior design, construction management. I knew the language, I knew how to talk to them, and I knew how to sell to them. And they could respect and trust me because I've been in that field. So that's basically how we came together. That's why he calls himself the CEO. He's Chief Executive Officer, and I'm the CIO, Innovative and Design, kind of a two-headed dragon there.
Oh, that's awesome. You just got to try to listen and talk about it in your dorm room. It's like, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's just I need a little bit more foundation before I decided to
Who was the messier roommate?
I think it was our roommate, our suite mates and floor mates pranking us. We covered our dorm room in campus newspapers, at UB Spectrum one time.
We're messy in different ways, though.
Yeah. So, all right, for anyone watching, what does MITYO do? What is it exactly?
So MITYO is a company that's very focused on consumer experience. I designed MITYO with the intention of being able to be flexible in the products that we deliver. Right now, our focus is on delivering the best, most customizable printing, gallery quality products as possible. So our focus is our partnership with a local manufacturing company that does printing here in Buffalo, New York, and we're able to deliver gallery quality materials on canvas, foam canvas, ABS plastic, which is basically the 3D printing plastic, acrylic, glass, ceramic, wood, and other materials such as vinyl, decal. And so we're really trying to hone in an experience that makes it easier for people to get pictures off of their phone and directly onto our website and then into their homes. So we want to be able to turn around a custom print in 3 to 5 days. We offer free shipping, and we're just trying to make that process easier. And ever since the film camera died, I think that we've lacked a lot of physical photography, and I think that it's starting to make a comeback, and I think now is a good time to approach it from a tech standpoint.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you always envision it being like a full-time thing, or was it going to be like a side project?
It actually started as we were approached by the manufacturer that we're partnered with to build a website for them. And
really?
I thought, well, what better way could we offer this website than through MITYO, where I already have vision and design expertise to build a really good product, have more control over the story, the branding, and the options for consumers. So it's evolved sort of organically over time.
Yeah, there was always this, I mean, you hear about it in the last 5 years or 5 to 10 years where people are always losing something on their phone, or they didn't back it up and they lose all these photos. You hear it constantly. People they leave all these photos on their computer or on their phone, and then when we got approached about this printing opportunity, we thought, okay, well, there's one way to attack it. There's something we can make those photos and turn them into something real, but we have to make it super easy and convenient and simple and easy to use and comfortable. There's also, you know, another thing we tried to get into was working with artists, because we know Buffalo is a huge art market. So, you know, how do we combine these two things? And then as well, you know, work on the commercial side, because there's obviously big networking opportunity with being a name commercially and getting repeat customers and things like that. So really, just getting photos that you love on your wall as easy and simple as possible, and materials that you can't just go on Shutterfly and find.
Yeah, that's cool. What was so when you guys first started, I mean, what was the hardest thing about getting your name out there? I imagine you guys focus on B2C and B2B, so like how was it different for the two, and what was it like?
Well, I think figuring out how to navigate Instagram and Pinterest for social media marketing, because I think those are the two best ways for people to build, you know, a consumer brand name for themselves if they're going to try to do it through social media, just through discovery and you know, the level of user engagement. I think that, you know, just trying new things. You know, we've innovated from just offering parking and traffic signs to, you know, all of these different customizable products. Before we got into the customizable stuff, we started working with the artists through our artist collective and the photographers, and you know, we had the option to choose different materials, different sizes you wanted the artwork printed at, but we didn't have, you know, the option to upload your own work or, you know, photography. And so I think just the evolution of the product and showing people that, you know, we're flexible as a company to be able to give them more choices, I think that resonates with people, and I think that's something that we've learned as we've grown, that it's better to, you know, try different things and see what works than it is to stick with one thing and fail at it and just not change. So.
Yeah, it's also hard when you don't have a lot of investment money to use, because, you know, our marketing budget's basically zero or whatever we get. So a lot of it was talking to people and giving them free samples, or giving them, because it's like, oh, where have you done work? And I haven't done that much, yeah. Well, this was way back before we got much, and it's hard to talk when you're doing word of mouth, when you have any physical stuff to show everyone. You're talking just conceptually, or what your partners have worked on, or anything like that. So that was a big part of it, was the free marketing avenues that we had was our main source of getting our name out there.
Have you guys thought about doing fundraising?
Yeah, we've thought about it, but I think that you lose too much. You could lose too much, I guess, creative control.
I think you need to be at a certain point, and I don't think we're quite there yet. I think we need to have a much better foundation, a much consistent follow through, and a much better.
Yeah, I think the number of people that you serve and the level of, you know, growth that you're at dictates the freedom that you have once you raise capital. So I think, you know, for us, it's growing our base more, like Tom's trying to say. I think once we get to a certain point, and, you know, the next step is we either do fundraising or we stay, you know, at a constant. I think
we're still learning a lot. We're still going through all the experiences and learning what's best. So we want to get to a point where we know what we need to do, and we just need the money for it. Because I don't think we're there yet. We're still like figuring this out as we go, and we still are making a lot of mistakes, and we're still learning. Like, there's times where we're like, what do we do?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, when we have a decision to make and we're not sure what the right decision is.
Yeah.
We just have to pick what we think is best.
Out of curiosity, what's the biggest mistake you guys have made so far that you've learned from, or learning opportunity? This is a heavy question. Yeah, none of this is on the thing we prepared for them.
I don't know. Maybe not working as long hours as we should.
Yeah.
I mean, we work 7 days a week, but I think some days, you know, we could probably push ourselves a little bit harder. And
I guess the biggest mistake is not having an organized agenda on what we need to do, because we have all of these things that we need to do.
Yeah.
And then we find ourselves like sometimes prioritizing things that aren't as important, or I guess it's a lot of little things, and it comes down to one big thing, is like organizing and you know, Excel sheets, stuff that we don't like to do.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Oh, it sounds very familiar.
That's funny.
It's never easy to do that when you're starting out.
Like logging and recording and all that stuff is stuff we have to get better at and not just doing.
How big is the team right now?
So there's 3 of us.
Three?
Tom, myself, and we have a partner for software development.
Oh, cool.
What was it like building that team, right? Like, you know, it's tough to find people, so.
Yeah, you know, I think that through my other startup experience prior to MITYO, it's really about finding people that aren't just a talent fit, but more of a culture and personality fit. If you find that you work well with somebody, despite maybe not having the exact, you know, specifications of what you're looking for that one project, if you can find a way to work well with that person and also learn with them and teach each other, you can make a better company over the long term, because if you find somebody that fits with you and you gel and you can, you know, share ideas and grow, then I think that you're better off. So I think that's, you know, one thing I learned. And
yeah, I mean, you're spending all day, every day with this person, and so you need to be able to, I mean, I've always thought of it, it's weird to say, but it's kind of like a marriage where there's lots of compromise and there's lots of trust and there's lots of respect, and as you know, knowing when to put your foot down and knowing when to accept what they're doing, what they want. And so there's a lot of that going on, because you're constantly, like, even little decisions you can disagree on, and especially, and even when you get to the big decisions, you're going to disagree on them.
Yeah.
But as long as you have the vision of where you want to go and you're both committed to it, because I mean, we've brought on people that seem so interested and so into it and so on par with what we're thinking, and then a week or two later, there was kind of flown away.
Yeah.
Like, all right, they're obviously not that interested, so let's move on.
Yeah.
And then of course, when there's 3 people, it's sort of, you can get that 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that gang up.
Which sometimes works. It can
Yeah.
help, because if it's 2 people that disagree, it's hard to come to a solution. And that's where the compromise comes in. So it's like you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about the other person. So.
What's the biggest thing that you wish you would have known at the beginning that you know now?
So I read through these questions and I prepared answers for myself. So I have that one. I actually think that going through and learning everything that you learn during the process is probably the best thing you can do. I don't think that I would want to go into it trying to know the answers, because every situation is different. The suppliers are different, the partners are different, the customers are different. So, you know, it's really a learning experience, because let's say, you know, 2 weeks from now we get a really big client that, you know, ends up being a big part of our business. We wouldn't know going in that we have to approach things that way, because you're going to be, you know, tailoring everything that you do to that customer and making sure that you're building things that they want and keeping them happy. So I don't think that there's anything I would have done differently beforehand. I think that, you know, just going in with an open mind and trying to take in different ideas and see if you can make it work is probably the best thing that you can do going to starting a business.
Yeah.
I mean, so you spent some time in Ohio, right?
Yep, Columbus.
How has starting a business in Buffalo been specifically versus anywhere else? Like, do you find that works to your advantage, disadvantage? Think it holds you back?
I think there's definitely a benefit, because people are so into it,
Yeah.
like that hometown thing, and people are way more willing to support a local company.
Yeah.
And from when I was in Columbus, I mean, not to bash Columbus because that's not what I'm doing. I love Columbus.
Great place.
But it's just most of the people that I knew from Columbus didn't grow up there, so there wasn't that connection. But most people we know here are from here, or from, you know, Western New York. So
Yeah.
it helps a lot in that fact. As well as Buffalo's a growing city, and there's a lot of opportunity here. It's a smaller market. There's not as much competition, I don't think. Like direct with, you know, it's not too big.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
we can grow with it, which
Yeah.
is what we want to do.
Awesome. And then, I guess finally, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to start a business? Tips of the trade.
I think finding somebody that you want to work with,
Find a good partner that
Yeah.
you enjoy working with.
finding a couple of mentors, people that are in business, people that you can share ideas with, get feedback, and, you know, people that will support you. You know, maybe they're your beta testers, people that will buy from your business. Just really find somebody that will help you develop your idea and give you, you know, realistic feedback on where you are and where you plan on going, and
Yeah.
you know, not just rubber stamp everything.
Yeah, you need to find a mentor. I think that's really important because there's times when me and him don't know what to do. We're not sure because
So
we're not sure what we
mentors.
think we might know what the right thing to do. We don't know what the right thing is to do. So you need those people that have been through it or have been in at least the industry that can guide you through the the answer. Basically.
Absolutely.
And then of course, like you said, the partner. I think those are two of the absolute most important things. And then the other thing would be the desire to build something. Like you're going to be doing a lot of stuff you don't want to do, just like the individual things.
Yeah.
But when you think about it in the long term, you're building this company from scratch. You're building from nothing. Everything you do has an impact on it, and I think you need that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of work at the end of the day, so you gotta have that passion, or else you're gonna be burnt out in no time.
It's a lot of unease and stress because you're not sure what's going to happen, and but there's times when you're at these ultimate highs where you're like, this is amazing, this is perfect, this is working so well, and there's times like, God, what are we doing?
Yeah. All right.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks. We took up a lot of your time, so I'm sorry, but thanks for doing this. Seriously.
Thank you guys for having us.
Where can everyone find you?
Great question.
MITYO.com, Instagram.com/MITYO. You know, you can find us on Facebook, MITYO Store.
Type in MITYO in
Twitter.
Google.
Yeah.
See what I plug.
Check them out.
So,
Cool.